Okay, so now finally you're down here. Thanks a lot for coming down to the private meetings of the NFL ball players, active and retired. Of course, we're in the middle of great chaos with decertification just a few days ago, and every day we're doing press announcements because of the lockout. But in the middle of that, the biggest issue we're dealing with is health care for ball players. And I appreciate you coming down for me because I'm one of the older ball players at 52 years old. I got a whole set of different issues regarding conditioning and training and health and heart and circulation, and also the pain. So I want you to go into a little bit some of the details behind the history of the wave technology and what it allows athletes, not athletes, people with sort of the stuff that I'm dealing with handle. So we're outside at the swimming pool, enjoying ourselves down in Naples, Florida. But I just want you to be able to get some of this information and hear from yourself exactly the thinking and the technology behind your product.
Okay. Appreciate you having us down here, Brian. What we found out with wave vibration exercise is that over the years, a lot of my patients were sometimes ex-athletes, were sometimes a little bit older. They couldn't do a lot of the strength training exercises that they used to do.
That's with their joint pain or inflexibility or
just a lot of the stresses and strains that you put on your body. A lot of my patients, I would put them on a regular rehab program. Say, okay, let's get your legs stronger. Let's start getting into a squat. That would cause a lot of pain. They would be limited from exercising.
Right.
So it wasn't the fact that nobody wants to exercise. It's the fact that as we start getting older, we're limited from doing the things we were doing before. Now, what if we had a technology that allowed us to actually have our muscles contracting in a position that's comfortable for us?
Right.
And then have the intensity of the exercise increase from the settings on the machine rather than you going into positions that are uncomfortable.
That'll strain. Like
exactly.
Like my hip is all stiff. I got lower back pain. My knee needs to be replaced. You're going to see some limited movement. I mean, my knee's almost locked up, so I'm going to need your help with that too, because this is part of a life. I mean, it's not something. This is a life maintenance for me at this point, right? Okay, so I'm going to be able to get back some more movement, and I'll be able to do. Is it basically like a non-joint stress, muscle strengthening type technology?
Exactly. Simple way to put it is when you go to your doctor and you get your knee tapped,
right,
and your leg kicks out automatically.
Okay.
You're not doing that. I could do that to you all day, and your leg would kick out every time.
Okay.
That's what we call an involuntary muscle contraction.
Okay.
When you're at the gym and you do a squat, that's voluntary.
Yeah, exactly.
So what if we
I hate squatting even before I've even squatted.
Exactly. I'll give you an example. I've had a gentleman who's a former Mr. Universe looked at me and says, I don't believe in this technology because I like to do my 300, 400, 500-pound squats.
Right.
And he said it in front of a group of other weightlifters and bodybuilders. But when he took me alone, he says, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm 48. I can't get out of bed. My legs are sore. I can't do what I used to do. So I said, this technology is not a substitute for your regular training. It's just something that will allow you to get that same muscle effects that you used to get with the heavy equipment. So if you need exercise, which is what we all need, but you can't do exercise, and I can provide that with a machine that creates an involuntary muscle contraction, so the machine contracts those muscles for you, guess what's going to happen? The muscles are going to get stronger, they're going to stabilize the joints, and once they stabilize the joints, your legs are going to feel stronger. That's going to get you moving.
See, that's what I've got to do, because right now I'm at the point where, because of the muscle atrophy, and I do want to work out at the gym, and I can do it sometimes, but when my knee gets inflamed, or we're in the middle of a full moon right now, because I'm in a lot of pain, is then all of a sudden you start stumbling more, or you feel unstable. Everywhere you go, you got to find a place to lean. You can't stand on your feet. You can't. The old days of going out and having a good walk, you just don't do. I certainly am not running up a flight of steps, and so. And then that, for me, there's other issues too, because you becoming sedentary,
exactly,
and then a bunch of other bad stuff happens. So that's where I am. I've made the decision. I'm going to be committed to the training, and so I'm glad you came down here so you can actually show me some specific things that I can do now, and also analyze some of the problems that I'm having and how to get a shortcut to their fast, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's great.